Michael, you were disappointed not to get the 3 points against Preston, but there's lots of positives to take out of the game, ready for West Brom. I mean, not least the chances that you're making.
Yeah, we're creating a lot of chances in games, and we're creating chances with some excellent play as well, which is always encouraging. I thought some of our play in the game against Preston was terrific. Moved the ball really well, passed the ball through the pitch very well, and that's something that we've worked very hard on since the start of pre-season, and something that we want to continue with as well. So the only thing we come away from disappointing is that we didn't take one or two of those chances that which would have been enough for us to win the game. And we should have got more than we should have got two ahead, and then the game becomes a little bit easier. The opposition at times become a little bit more dispirited, and ultimately we were pegged back by a great free kick. But we couldn't have asked any more from what we got in the second half. I think we were the dominant team, with a team that's constantly trying to win the game, and that's the attitude and the performance that we need to maintain throughout the season.
Well, West Brom will also be full of confidence. They've had a great start. They're unbeaten. They're top of the table, and they had an emphatic win at Cardiff. It's going to be a tougher test, if not tougher than Fulham away, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be a tough game. I think that we go into the game against, as you rightly say, a very strong team that have come down, kept their squad together, and have added one or two players to that as well. Changed the manager, so. I think these are the games where you're always going to measure yourself. I think that we were disappointed with Fulham, but we moved on quickly. At the end of the day, it's only 3 points. It's the same 3 points that you get against Blackpool or whoever that may be, or whatever team you're playing on that day. So we just have to be ready to play in this game. We've got to be ready. It's our third game in 6 days, so it's demanding physically. But the most important thing is that we get the level of performance that I think we've consistently got this season.
Your midfield's obviously going to need some changes because Sawyers is not available and Clucas, of course, is suspended now. Thompson's been very patient and taken his chance, and that extra competition you've had for places is going to be really important now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You need competition throughout the squads. You need to be able to rotate so that you're not weakening your team when you're possibly changing it to freshen it up. And players need to take that opportunity and play. And players, they have to get, when they're not playing, they have to, put the disappointment of not playing behind them and be ready to play. And to be fair, that's what Jordan's done. I think that, he at times he's possibly been left out of the team a little bit unfairly. But equally, he's responded in the right way, and that's a sign of a really good player, a player that's, I think, developed a lot since he came here at this club and shown that he's more than capable of playing at this level. And as I say, I was delighted with his performance at Watford, and obviously his performance on Tuesday night as well.
It's fine margins at this level, but West Brom have been clinical when they've been dominating in games. I mean, I think they've scored 20 and 10 compared to our 14. Mm-hmm. How can Stoke improve at both ends of the pitch? It's being clinical at both ends. Is that just experience, or because we have a young team?
I think it's just taking the chances, really, at the in the opposition box. I think we look very hard and talk to the players quite a lot about the runs they're making at times. I think we could make better runs in the box. Jacob and Sam are still relatively young strikers as well. We've been without Fletch, and look, we've got 5 strikers at the club, but for the past 2 or 3 weeks, 3 of them have been injured. So that in itself is a challenge. But I think it's just constantly working, and at the end of the day, players, when they're confident in front of goal, they do things without thinking. We see that at the minute with Nick Powell, who's just the nature of his header on Tuesday night was so composed. He knew exactly what he was going to do, and that's a player with a lot of confidence, and you need that running through as a striker. And I think Jacob's given us a huge amount to the team. And, with a little bit of luck, he started to take maybe 1 or 2 of the more chances that he's getting. But we shouldn't underestimate his value to the team in terms of what he gives us, his work rate, his energy, and also his link-up play, which I think is improving all the time as well.
You've also been a little bit unfortunate when you've conceded free kicks on and around the 18-yard box. They seem to have gone smashed into the net.
Yeah, look, there's been 2. Obviously, the one at Barnsley, it was a similar sort of came at a similar time in the game to the one at Preston, where we probably should be more than the 1 goal ahead that we were, and then we're pegged back by a magnificent free kick, and you have to go and try and win the game again. And on both occasions, I think, to be fair to the players, their reaction has been exactly what we wanted. We got them in at half time, settled them down, and came back out in the second half and dominated both games. But unfortunately, on both occasions, weren't able to take the chances that we created. So these are all little things that are part of the development of the team, and all things that test you. The game there's a number of things that can go against you in a game, and the important thing is you get the right reaction. And so far, I've been delighted with the reaction when we've had setbacks in games.
I'm asking you now about injury updates, and everybody's obviously wanting to know if Joe Allen's fit.
Well, Joe's trained today. Stephen Fletcher's trained today, which is both real positives. So hopefully they've no reaction overnight. Morgan Fox is still unavailable. Seamus still unavailable. Tyrese is still on the way back, training with the squad again today. And Tashin Oakley-Booth will play in the 23s tomorrow down at Southampton. He needs more minutes in him. So yeah, the end. I think it's brighter than it was possibly 2-3 weeks ago, and hopefully that we maintain that. We want to try and keep the squad as healthy as possible, because the schedule is demanding. The players now go away on international duty as well. So for the ones who don't, if they've the likes of certainly Sima won't be away. So hopefully the 2 weeks that he spends here with us will speed his recovery up.
If you are lucky enough to win against West Brom, that'll be 7 points from 9, and you'll go into the international break well positioned. Yeah,
exactly. It's be a really good week for us. It's not easy to take 7 points in a 3-game week in the Championship, and so that's a real target for us. We obviously would go within 1 point of West Brom, so. There's a number of reasons why we'll benefit from obviously winning the game, but for me it's still very early in the season, and it's about benchmarking ourselves against these teams. I think we've demonstrated that we are a good side. We have to continue to look to improve, and we have to obviously demonstrate that on a consistent basis. But overall, we're pleased with where we are at this minute in time, and tomorrow night obviously gives us the opportunity to make a bit of a statement against the teams that are I suppose favourites to go back to the Premier League.
And finally, from me, it's nice to see that Mario Brancic has been rewarded with a call up to the Bosnian squad.
Yeah, great for Mario. He's not played a lot of international football, really. I mean, I think he has 6 or 7 caps possibly for Bosnia, although he only elected to play for them, I think, in more recent times. His underage football was played in Germany predominantly, where he represented them at, I think, every age group. So, it's great. It's recognition of where he is. Bosnia, I've faced Bosnia myself as an international manager. They're a good side. They've got some excellent players in midfield as well. And, great recognition for Mario. And, hopefully he'll go away and do well.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ange. Dave, anything from you?
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Dave.
Ange made the point that this game against West Brom is similar in many ways to the challenge of the game against Fulham, but you have, of course, one major advantage: Stoke at home. How much of an advantage has it become again having the crowds in, particularly for home games, compared to the times during lockdown when the stadium was empty?
It's a massive advantage, really. I think it's just the game is much more enjoyable for both for the players. I think for ourselves, the game has more of an edge to it. Running out every, as we were typically nearly every 3 days in empty stadiums, it became a little bit soulless at times, and that there were games that there's no doubt the game at times was a little bit flat. So I think the atmosphere that we want to generate at the Bet365, and hopefully we'll see that tomorrow night in the game, will spur the players on. You want the expectation and the demands of your fans, because it helps you as a team and drives you on as a team as well. So it's brilliant, and hopefully we'll get a huge crowd there tomorrow night.